Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV with your NBA playoff Fade the Public edition for this Sunday, April the 23rd. Four playoff games covering both daytime and nighttime action for this Sunday. Going to look at all four in depth and, of course, let you know where the public is leaning as well in this NBA playoffs Fade the Public edition for Sunday, April the 23rd. Quick reminder, if you've been with me in 2023, it's been a great year so far. Number one ranked in MLB, number one ranked in the NBA at wagertalk.com. I've got strong best bets up for Sunday right now on my page. I can get them on a daily basis, you can get them on a weekly basis. But when you start getting a month or more, that's when you really start saving money and making money at the same time. That's when you're taking a true investment approach. So I don't want you to have to decide if you want 1 month of the NBA for 179 or 1 month of my number one ranked MLB for 189. Get them both for just $10 more with promo code SM30PASS. It gets you 30 days and nights of baseball and basketball for just $199. Now, that's an instant $100 discount because normally it's $299 to get a 30-day all access. But when you check out, if you use promo code SM30PASS, you get an instant $100 discount and you get both my number one NBA and my number one ranked MLB for the next 30 days and nights for just $199 with promo code SM30PASS, SM30PASS. Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut code WT.buzz/SM. All right, let's look at all four games for Sunday in the NBA playoffs. We'll go down in start time order. Two early games are on TNT. The two late games are on ABC. Actually, kind of a weird setup here. I believe the two early games are ABC. I misspoke here. ABC for the two early games, TNT for the nighttime games. Once again, we got two daytime, two nighttime. Let's start with those daytime games on ABC national TV at 1 o'clock Eastern. By the way, these are all game fours. And we have three series that are 2-1. We have a 3-0 series, which we'll get to at the end here. That's one of the night games. But first game at 1 o'clock Eastern ABC is probably the tightest series overall, in my opinion. That's Cleveland, New York. You know, when the series began, I thought the Knicks plus 1.5 games at minus 130 was worth a look. I thought this would go at least 6 or 7. I also liked the Knicks in game one as a strong best bet for my clients. They won the game outright last Saturday. I stayed off game two, although I did think it was a good bounce back spot for Cleveland. And then I gave out the Knicks Friday night as a free play on the NBA show right here on Wager Talk TV, and they got it done easily by 20 points. The zigzag, though, should continue to work in this series. You know, the zigzag works when you have quality teams, and both of these are quality teams. So I think if there's ever a series in which we're going to see alternating wins and losses, it's very well this one. And so far, that's been the case. Games two and three, the losing team came back to win. I think that probably continues here in game four, and Cleveland is the preferred side. You know, one of the reasons, a couple of reasons I like the Knicks in game three on Friday, as I mentioned on the NBA show here, is that first of all, the Knicks were coming off a loss, and second of all, they were coming off a blowout loss. And just blindly playing teams that get blown out against the spread and straight up have been a long-term 60% play against the spread. The Knicks fit that situation on Friday. Now Cleveland fits that situation here on Sunday after the 20-point loss on Friday night. They're down by 13 at the half. They lost by 20, scored only 79 points, shot below 39%, hit just 7 out of 33 threes. That's 21%. Shoot, they were even awful from the free throw line, just 10 for 17, 58.5%. Can't play any worse. This is the type of spot in the NBA playoffs year after year that usually works as a pretty good bounce back. And it's old school. You know, the zigzag used to work better than ever years ago because the odds makers would actually bump the line against the team that lost. In recent years, we've seen an adjustment, and that's why you have to use the modified zigzag. Well, it works here. Knicks were a 1.5 to 2 point favorite the other night in a favorable situation. Now they're a 2.5 point favorite in an unfavorable situation. So this is zigzag 101 at its best right here, and I think Cleveland's the way to play this game at 1 o'clock Eastern on Sunday afternoon. By the way, the public leaning towards the Knicks here, so that's a little bit of a bonus as well. The public lean looks like it's on the Knicks. I think Cleveland's worth a look here on Sunday. All right, let's look at the other daytime game at 3:30 Eastern. You know, I did the Saturday video. I had all four Saturday games. We only had one game available for Sunday at the time when I did it on Friday, and that was the Golden State Sacramento game. So I'll go over this real quickly as I did touch upon it on the Saturday video. I mentioned that the Kings maybe are going to be a public dog, and the more we're getting closer to Sunday now, that does look like the case. I think of the four games on Sunday, the public is leaning towards the Kings more than any other underdog. It's understandable why. They're the higher seeded team, three seed, coming off a loss and getting a full 7.5 points. And once again, there's been no adjustment based on the game three result. The odds makers had Golden State as a 7.5 point favorite until Draymond Green was ruled out. Then it went down to 6. Now with the full lineup back intact, Golden State is a 7.5 point favorite. The situation was much better for Golden State, though, in game three. In fact, we had a strong best bet, my clients and myself at WagerTalk.com on Thursday in game three, as I thought it was an excellent bounce back spot after the Warriors lost the first two games on the road. Keep in mind, Golden State just 11 and 32 straight up on the road this year. They're now 34 and 8 straight up at home. The defense has been the difference, though. They're a good offensive team, both home and away. Much, much better defensively at home this season. In fact, overall in the season, they're giving up almost, I believe it's about 12 points less per game, 11 to 12 points less per game at home than on the road. At home, they give up just over 111. On the road, they've given up over 122. The defense has been the difference. They play with more focus, more intensity at home. Opponents' field goal percentage is almost 3% lower at home as well, and that was definitely the case in game three on Thursday night. Sacramento shot 45% and 46% at home in games one and two. Golden State held them to just 38% in game three. What's impressive about the 17-point win Thursday night is that Golden State did not shoot well, just 40% from the field and only 32% from beyond the arc. So that's a bad sign for the Kings going forward. And I think Golden State is once again the preferred side. This situation not nearly as good as it was, though, in game three when Golden State was coming off the back-to-back losses. But keep in mind, they were still a 2.5-to-1 favorite to win this 7-game series when it began. And Golden State's been a much, much better team, especially defensively at home this season. As far as the total, it has dropped a bit from 238.5 down to 237.5. Problem with the under, though, is that Sacramento is a pure overplay in all their games. They're all offense, no defense. And after coming off that bad offensive performance in game three, I do expect them to shoot the ball a lot better. So I actually think the over is worth a look on this total in game four on Sunday afternoon, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. All right, two more games for Sunday in the NBA playoffs. So, by the way, public consensus, as I mentioned, was lean towards the Kings, lean towards the Knicks in those first two games. Public leaning towards the favorite here in these two night games. So, I'm going to go in depth for you in just a moment on both of them. Quick reminder, though, number one ranked MLB, number one ranked NBA in 2023 at WagerTalk.com. Normally, it's 179 for a month of the NBA. It's 189 for a month of baseball. You do not have to decide if you want my number one NBA or my number one MLB. Why not get them both for just $10 more with promo code SM30PASS? That's a full 30 days and nights of my number one ranked NBA and MLB for just $199. An instant $100 discount when you use promo code SM30PASS at checkout on a 30-day package. You get it down from $299 instantly to $199. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. All right, let's look at that third game for Sunday night. Once again, these two night games are on TNT National TV. Boston Celtics looking like perhaps the most public play on Sunday. Boston getting pretty heavy public action, and it makes sense. It's an excellent bounce-back spot for the Celtics in what was one of the biggest mismatches in round one. Boston was an 11-to-1 favorite to win this 7-game series. The Hawks did get game three, but keep in mind, bad teams can win game three. In fact, one of the best bets in the NBA playoffs for decades has been home teams down 0-2, and Atlanta took care of business as a 5.5-point dog on Friday night. But now I look for Boston to bounce back. Celtics easily won by 13 points in each of the two home games. They won and covered both of those. I think they overlooked game three. Atlanta got a little bit of a boost from being back at home. But Boston should play better here, and they're the preferred side. Public feels the same way, but once again, as we always say, the public is not always wrong. This line is held steady pretty much at 6 from the opener. Obviously, it's a little inflated. I think there's a premium built into Boston coming off the loss, but they're the best team in the NBA. In fact, Ralph Michaels had a great stat on Friday's NBA show. He mentioned that the Celtics are the only third time in NBA playoffs that a team has been top three, both offense and defensive efficiency for the season. The other two times were both the Warriors, and they won the World Championship, the NBA Finals, both years. So I think the Celtics are the team to beat. They were the favorite in the finals last year before going down to the Warriors. I think they're just as good, if not better, this season. So wherever we can get maybe the best team in the NBA off a loss against a weak opponent, Boston the only way to play this. So I agree with the public on this one Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern on TNT. As far as the total, this one opened 232, and it's pretty much held steady. We've seen very little movement on either the side or total. By the way, this game at 7 Eastern, a little bit earlier, 7 Eastern on TNT Sunday night. All right, those are all 2-1 series. They're all competitive series still. One series is over, and that's the Denver-Minnesota series. It might not be over Sunday night, but it's over overall because no team has ever come back from an 0-3 series deficit to win a 7-game series in the NBA playoffs. The 76ers took care of business on Saturday afternoon to make it 148-0. The Nuggets most likely will make it 149-0 as they are a 3.5 point favorite on Sunday night. Public is leaning towards Denver. I can't disagree here. The line is a point higher than it was for game 3, but keep in mind, Minnesota was in a very good bounce back spot, down 0-2 back at home, and they still failed to win that game and failed to cover, losing by 9 as just a 2 point dog on Friday night. Situation is the exact opposite now. 0-2 teams normally play well. 0-3 teams normally get swept. It's been that way for decades. And if you're going to play this game, Denver's the way to go. I would agree with the public here, as the Nuggets most likely take care of business. They also know they have a huge series look ahead to the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix was down in the third quarter and then pulled ahead and routed the Clippers down the stretch over the last quarter and a half on Saturday afternoon. So the Phoenix Suns are up 3-1. They don't play again, I believe, until Tuesday. So Denver could get a little extra rest here by wrapping things up, and I'm sure they realize that. I think they take care of business here. Historically speaking, teams down 0-3 do get swept. The Nets came out strong, and they kept that game competitive against the Sixers and then faltered. As I mentioned, the Clippers did the same against the Suns and then faltered in the second half. So would not be surprised to see maybe Minnesota hang around early in this one. And the odds makers have somewhat priced that in because the first half line is 1.5. The game is 3.5. So it's saying 1.5 first half, 2 for the second half, which means if you're going to play Minnesota, you might want to look at it on an in-game line early, or a first half, or even a first quarter line, which is only -0.5. As the odds makers are saying, it's more likely to be close early and then for Denver to pull away. Totals at 225. First half 115.5, which makes the second half just 109.5. So once again, odds makers are saying a higher scoring first half, and Minnesota should be more competitive in the first half. And that's exactly what we saw with the 0-3 Brooklyn Nets on Saturday afternoon before Philly, shorthanded without Embiid, pulled away and covered. I think Denver probably does the same. The public is leaning towards Denver. I wouldn't disagree with them here on this one on Sunday night. All right, that's all 4 NBA playoff games for Sunday. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, do me a favor, leave it a thumbs up, a like. Make sure you've hit subscribe and you've hit the bell for instant alerts. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get this Sunday video up. That's why that bell is so awesome to hit. You'll get an instant alert when these videos go live every weekend, when the shows go live every day of the week. Wager Talk today, MLB First Pitch, NBA Tip-Off, some great free content on a daily basis here on Wager Talk TV. Also, don't forget to comment below. I read all the comments. I reply back. I really appreciate the support. Let's win together. Let's become smarter and better handicappers together as well. So any information you have that you think is relevant, share it below. Let's all benefit from it. And don't forget, if you're ready to take a serious investment approach, now is the time to do so. I'm having a fantastic 2023, #1 ranked in the NBA, up over 70 units already in just 4 months here in 2023. 80% winners so far in the NBA playoffs this year. MLB baseball #1 this year as well. And that's not a surprise. Since I joined Wager Talk 3 years ago, nobody has won more with MLB totals as well. So once again, #1 ranked baseball, #1 ranked basketball, but you don't have to decide which one you want. Normally 30 days of the NBA is 179, 30 days MLB 189. Get them both for just $10 more with promo code SM30PASS. Get a full 30 days and nights of all sports. Select the $299 all sports package. Enter that promo code at checkout, SM30PASS, and you get an instant $100 discount to get the next 30 days and nights of all sports for just $199. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut code WT.buzz/SM. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well for free information every day at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril on Twitter. And I believe in quality over quantity, 1 to 2 plays a day. That means the free plays, the games that are just a bit outside, are very solid still. And free plays have hit right around 60% this year as well. So best bets, #1 in the NBA and MLB. Free plays are doing extremely well. Also, check out my page on a daily basis for free content and free plays at wagertalk.com. Once again, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, hit that bell, leave me some comments below. Enjoy the games on Sunday. Best of luck. I'll talk to you again soon right here on Wager Talk TV.